Now I'm going to do 5 top tips on ant control. We've got to really find this important because it's, again, inspection, identification and environment, which is really, really important. Tip 1, inspect the areas thoroughly. That's internal and external. If the household is reporting that the insects are actually inside, they're usually coming from the outside first. So we also need to inspect on the outside of the premises, not only just the inside. After the inspection, for tip 2 is, of course, identification. Really important, identifying the species of ant, understanding what species we're dealing with, whether they're a protein feeder, whether they're a sugar feeder, whether they're monogame or polygame. I reckon that most pest controllers should know about 5 basic species in their area so they know how they live, what they do and how they behave and how they feed is really important about that identification. Treatment plan, having those things on board our truck, not just having one magic wand, understanding what bait, whether we're using a gel bait or a grain bait, if the species is going to take that up, whether we're going to use a non-residual insecticide for the uptake of the crawling ants, or again, whether we're using dust in the concealed wall voids and ceiling voids is a part of an integrated management plan that really helps get on top of these ant problems. Of course, follow-up plan. Expectations of the customer, telling them that probably going to have more ants in about 5 to 6 weeks when other ants, the eggs have hatched. Outside of the treatment zone, you may get a problem. Charge accordingly. Understanding that's really important about that behaviour. We can't get chemical through eggshell, so they may have a continuing problem that you can get back on top with, and their expectations are actually met. They understand what's going to happen is really important along with the products you're using. Some of the questions I get about gels, especially with ants, is about gels drying out. Don't put gels in direct sunlight and be aware that over the next 4 to 5 days they may evaporate slightly, or the ants have actually taken the liquid out of the gel compilation.